So, shout out to my girl, okay, my melanated dimples, okay? I be telling y'all that I be over here saying shit, okay? And y'all need to go ahead and watch the videos, backtrack to see how I be calling plays before they happen. Now, I had told y'all that China, okay, is going to be taking, okay, folk from America, okay? That they going to slide in and they going to take folk from America. First, let me show you the receipt. Okay, here the receipt go right here. Foreign adversaries, including Russia and China, have ramped up efforts to recruit U.S. federal employees, particularly those fired or at risk of termination. Okay? Now, I did a video a while back where I said, not even that long ago, okay, when I got back from TikTok after being stuck on Xiaohongshu Red Note for the TikTok lockout. Okay? I talked about how China was going to start doing this, that China is scouting Americans, okay, and honestly, a lot of black Americans, okay, to come to China, okay. Now, you'll see some Chinese, nitizens on Red Note saying, oh, immigration, China is, closed off the immigration, da-da-da-da. But China does have this whole deal where if you have specialized skills and stuff like that, you can become a Chinese citizen, okay? If you have something that they think that could be very progressive for them, to progress them forward, you can come over there and stay, okay? They got like a special sort of process for that, okay? I found that out lurking through comment sections. Now, how did I know that China was going to do this, right? Because of how my FYP on Red Note had changed. Okay, so first when we initially got over there, they did start showing us like black people, black culture, Luigi, stuff like that, right? And then I want to say it was probably about a week or so in, they started showing us a whole bunch of black American people who live in China, okay, who live in China. And they had a whole bunch of vlogs and showing the differences, how they live. Then they started showing a bunch of black American people or black people from other countries that are in China talking about how to come to China, right? And I feel like when it comes to these algorithms, et cetera, what they show you, everything is purposeful. They're showing it to you for a reason, right? And they also were elevating videos of black people talking about staying in China, right? Staying on Red Note, okay? They started elevating those videos and stuff like that. So I always consider media to be like subconscious communication, right? Subconscious communications. They want you to see this. They want you to see it for a reason, okay? Then we have some African nations that are also calling for black Americans, okay, black Americans to come home, et cetera, et cetera. There's all kinds of countries on Red Note too, like Finland, Sweden, Ireland, et cetera, et cetera. They all over there. And a lot of them be sending, wink, wink, right, to black Americans, okay, to black Americans. A lot of them. Even the African pages are like trying to mend the fences between Africans and black Americans and whatnot, right? Now, why is all of this important? This is important because they realize, right, from getting past the media propaganda and getting past the American imperialism, et cetera, that really America ain't shit without black American people. That black American people are actually the lifeblood and the wind beneath wings, but that America, right, as a country, shits on its black talent, okay? Shits on its black intelligence, okay? That there is a whole untapped demographic here that they are isolating out, that the American system and structure, power structure, is isolating and not tapping into, not using, barring entry to. They're like, hey, we could get at America from the inside out. We could take them from the inside out, okay? Which is a very passive form of crippling a system. If we remove black Americans, we can cripple their system. I even asked the question on Red Note. I asked the question. Let me show y'all where I talked about this at. So I said, speaking of nonviolent ways to cripple the system, what if all black people in America did go back to Africa and other POCs just went to home countries? Imagine the chaos that would cause. Here are some replies. I think we can take reference from China's Spring festival where everyone returns to their hometowns to spend the holiday with their families. And residents of big cities find that many basic services are almost unusable. For example, they hardly have breakfast to eat, community small shops temporarily close, and many households struggle to maintain their quality of life due to the absence of nannies and so on. Another one, now mind you, this is a translate stuff translates weird here, okay? The relationship between colored, okay, it's talking about people of color, Americans in the United States, is inseparable and interdependent. If all people of color Americans choose to return, the whole world will fall into chaos. So, if their citizens know it, their government knows it. Okay? If their people know it, then they know it. Okay? And we talk a lot on Red Note about various different countries, war strategies, et cetera, et cetera. And America has done a lot of fuck shit to people. A lot of people are smiling, okay, and playing cool, okay? But there's a bunch of stuff. And China does feel that America has offended them in many different places, okay? They just ain't all out with it. But you can tell if you're in the right spaces and listening and having the right conversation, okay? So, yeah, a lot of these countries play, okay, to get at America is to tear them up from the inside by taking what they have slept on, that they've actually been using and are interdependent on, and removing it from them. Pay attention, y'all.